Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to William Paterson University and to this wonderful celebration opening up University Hall, the newest academic building on the William Paterson University campus. We're delighted to have so many people join us in this remarkable celebration today. And I'm going to be just giving a few remarks and then asking a few friends of the university to come and speak. But I'm so pleased to see so many members of our community, our elected officials, our representatives, and faculty, staff joining us today. And for those of you who are wondering where all the students are, classes start next week. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to have this celebration because this building would be packed with over 4,000 students moving through. I'm Kathleen Waldron, president of the university, and I'm, as I said, thrilled to welcome all of you today. We're grateful to Governor Chris Christie for signing the legislation that afforded the citizens of New Jersey the opportunity to support higher education institutions throughout the state. This building was one of the buildings that was approved under that legislation for building our future. And William Paterson University received $30 million, so I want to thank all the taxpayers in the room for voting for that bond issue and for supporting institutions of higher education. This building is going to be a showcase for many activities and many academic departments, but it's mainly going to be serving the health sciences at William Paterson University. I'm grateful to Acting Governor Dr. Kim Guadagno for joining us today. As many of you know, Kim, the Acting Governor, has a doctorate from William Paterson University, which she dutifully earned. And I'm very pleased also that Senator Kane Jr. has joined us today. He was here in 2012 with Senator Sweeney when it wasn't sure whether the taxpayers would approve the bond or not. And Senator, you came with Senator Sweeney, walked into an old building. I think we had one of our nursing dolls talk to you and say, build me a new building. And you agreed. Less windy, but damp and holes in the roof. So we're very grateful that you're here to sort of close that loop from 2012. We appreciate that. Senator Sweeney could not be here today, but he sent me a lovely letter, and he does remember the talking mannequin, not doll, excuse me, nurse faculty, the mannequin that said he needed a new home. I'm also very thankful for your leadership for that legislation and to all the other members of the New Jersey State Legislature for their support as well. I'd like to acknowledge several other members of our audience today. From our Board of Trustees, Chair Fred Gruel, and board members Anna Maria Mascola, Lourdes Cortez, John Galandag, and Jessica Super. Our student representative is here. I'd also like to welcome Greg Edwards from the Deputy Secretary of Higher Education, who is representing Secretary of Higher Education Rochelle Hendricks and has been a big supporter of this project since its inception. In addition, joining us today are Assemblywoman and Chair of the Assembly Higher Education Committee, Myla Jacey. Thank you for, I think, your second or third visit to campus. We really appreciate that. Members of the Assembly, Scott Romana is here, ever faithful to William Paterson and a big supporter of the town of Wayne and for the activities of this university. I think Assemblywoman Sumter's here, or is about to get here, but not yet. Okay, and Benji Wimberly, we appreciate all the support that you've given the university as well. Wayne Business Administrator Neil Bellett. Neil, did you ever think we'd finish this building on time and ahead of schedule? No. Representing Wayne Mayor Chris Vergano, who's also a big supporter of the university. I'm also pleased to welcome Wayne Town Council President Lonnie Miller Ryan and Wayne Councilwoman Eileen Rivera. North Haledon Councilman and William Paterson alum Dennis Marco. Also, Kevin Slavin, President and CEO of St. Joseph's Healthcare System, a big ally of this university and one that has a very close relationship between William Paterson University and our neighbor, St. Joe's. Dan Klein, Vice President and Administrator of St. Joseph's Hospital in Wayne. Jamie Dykes, President of the Paterson and Tri-County Chamber of Commerce. Chris Hartman, Assistant Vice President for the New Jersey Alliance for Action, representing President Phil Beecham, and of course, many members of our university administration, faculty, staff, and students. I'd also like to thank those who were so closely involved in this project, including our general contractor, Dobco. Where are the Dobco? Dobco? Okay, there you guys are. Thank you so much. Thank you. Located here in Wayne are architects, NK Architects of Morristown, our construction company, Turner Construction of Somerset, and the various unions who were involved in bringing this building to fruition. And I don't know how you guys did this, but last winter, with that horrible winter, that freezing cold, that snow, I watched you work on this building every day except 2 days. I don't know, and you know, it was outdoors. So I don't know how you did that, don't tell me, but at least it worked, and this building is now completed 5 months ahead of schedule. So thank you, gentlemen and ladies, for doing that. As we start the next construction project, we're not going to ask you to work in that freezing weather. Hopefully the weather will be better. This 80,000 square foot teaching, research, and clinical facility is designed to serve all our faculty and students. It is a significant accomplishment and a major addition to our campus as we work to upgrade our main instructional buildings and to provide our faculty and 11,000 students with state-of-the-art facilities focused on teaching and research. It is also consistent with our university-wide focus on providing experiential learning opportunities for students, including simulated clinical experiences and research projects conducted in collaboration with our expert faculty. University Hall provides a much-needed general-use classroom. It will serve a minimum of 4,000 to 5,000 students on any given day, each semester, and a very large percentage of our students will be taking classes in this new building starting next week. It also features specialized classrooms and clinical spaces for several of our health science programs, including nursing, communication disorder, and public health. And we are proud to reinforce the strategic role that William Paterson University plays in New Jersey as an important provider of health sciences education. Our nursing program, one of the largest in the state, includes undergraduate, master's, and doctoral students. These students will benefit from a number of modernized and updated clinical spaces, including 3 basic skill labs, 4 new simulation labs, the Nell Bolger RN Nursing Laboratory, which also includes 2 patient simulation rooms. In addition, our speech and hearing clinic, which is open to the community, and provides a full range of diagnostic and therapeutic services for communication disorders, can now meet the growing demand for services from the general population. The clinic, which is located on the lower level of this building, will have a separate entrance and has been expanded and outfitted with the latest digital monitoring technology. The building also includes dedicated research and lab space for our programs in communication disorders and public health research, as well as 14 small and large group study rooms for students. I sincerely hope you will take the opportunity to tour the building after this program to see firsthand what has been accomplished. In line with the university's commitment to sustainability, we have ensured that University Hall was designed for efficiency, and I would like to thank Vice President Steve Boyer and his team for their continuing energy-efficient efforts. The university is seeking LEED Gold certification from the U.S. Green Building Council, and as all of you who have spoken to me today and are admiring the sun filtering through the building for natural light, you should see it on the 3rd floor from both sides. I think you can almost see Pennsylvania from one end, and certainly Manhattan from the other end. We are also excited to offer faculty and students a new food option right here in this beautiful atrium. Before this was built, you had to walk 15 minutes to get a cup of coffee. You did. And so you're going to be busy fellows over there. So we thank Einstein Brothers. And we're also very pleased that this building has been an economic engine for the state. As I mentioned before, the project cost $40 million in total and played a critical role in directly employing well over 300 New Jersey workers over the past 2 years, from our New Jersey general contractor headquartered here in Passaic County to the New Jersey subcontractors and trade workers hired to construct this academic complex. And additionally, many more New Jersey companies provided professional services, materials, and deliveries to the site. We did not get to this point without the collaboration, commitment, and hard work of many people whose contribution to our success is so important. So at this time, I would like to ask the chairman of the Board of Trustees of William Paterson University, Fred Gruel, to come to the podium and say a few words.
Thank you, Kathy. It's a great pleasure for me to be here and share in the excitement of today. I did want to share with you one thing, and when Kathy asked me to come and say a few words in her inimitable style, she reminded me that for every speech there is a beginning and an end, and she looked at me and said, and the closer they are together, the better. So let me say that at William Paterson here, we take great pride in providing our students and faculty with the hands-on experiential learning opportunities they require in order to reach their fullest potential. This new academic building is a tangible example of that commitment. Its smart new classrooms, specialized laboratories, and clinical spaces for our exemplary programs in the health services and other teaching and learning spaces greatly enhance our ability to prepare our students for careers as health professionals and educators. For me, as chair of the Board of Trustees, it is a distinct pleasure to have that role. And I have been lucky enough to be a longtime member of the board, so I have seen a great deal of the progress that has transpired here, particularly under Kathy's leadership. I am also particularly gratified to see William Paterson University move forward as an institution and ensure our leadership role in higher education in New Jersey by enhancing our campus with this tremendous facility. It is crucial to provide our students with the facilities and resources they need to achieve the excellent education provided by our outstanding faculty. And for that, I thank you all for coming today. I thank you very much for the opportunity to speak, Kathy.
Thank you, Fred. I'd now like to ask Senator Tom Kane Jr. to come to the podium and say a few words. Senator Kane, who is the Senate Republican leader, was one of the prime sponsors of the Building Our Future bond that the voters passed in November 2012. And as I mentioned before, he came sometime in the summer, late summer, I think it was August or September of 2012, before the voters went to the polls, to hold a press conference on this campus in the old nursing department with some students and some faculty and Senator Sweeney to talk about why the public, why the state, why the citizens of New Jersey should invest in higher education. Senator Kane.
I should simply say, this is why, right? I think it's one of the great things. We did not used to have a higher education committee in the Senate. And so one of the nice things is when we first created one, as Senate Minority Leader, you get a chance to point yourself to things. So I point myself to the Higher Education Committee. And when Steve and I were discussing this issue, and the Lieutenant Governor and Governor Christie and every member of the legislature that's here on a bipartisan basis, as well as citizens across the state of New Jersey, were intimately involved in understanding the importance of opportunity, job creation, and so many things are important to so many people. And that's why it's so great when Steve and I heard in the first instance, and then to come here to quote one of the great actors of all time, you love it when a plan comes together. I think that was A-Team at one point, for those of a earlier generation. But the plan came together, the right thing was done, and the voters approved this, and this makes sure that generations of New Jerseyans have a great place to be educated, great opportunities, great jobs going forward. And my father once said to me regarding speeches was, you always bring out your notes because it shows the audience that you respect them enough to organize your thoughts. But you also give them faith that the speech has an end. So thank you very much for inviting me to be here.
Thank you, Senator Kane. Now I would like to introduce Ken Wolf, Dean of our College of Science and Health, to say a few words. Now you have lots of examples of a few words, right?
First slide, please. Thank you, President Waldron. What a wonderful facility that we have here today that we're all celebrating its opening. And as you will see as you walk around, that this facility is truly a student-centered facility set to enhance the environment for student learning. This is a modern building with all types of new technology for the general purpose classrooms as well as for all of the specialty classrooms. And you'll see that there are open spaces, lots of natural light. There's even a green terrace and a patio upstairs. All of these are designed to create a building where students can interact with each other and with their faculty and feel comfortable, and again, to maximize our learning. We are indeed fortunate that University Hall is the home of 3 of the 10 departments in the College of Science and Health. These 3 departments will benefit from the modern classrooms and laboratories, the research and clinical facilities, and the student bodies that are growing and growing with growing performance demands on them as well as the departments. In the Department of Public Health, led by its chair, Dr. William Kernan, the department will continue to thrive with its successful program in education and in research related to public health. The Department of Nursing is led by its chair, Dr. Nadine Akhtan, and they'll benefit from a modern state-of-the-art facility that includes this wonderful simulation center that I hope you all get a chance to see, and that is built upon the foundation that we started with the Bolger Research Simulation Lab. Our new facility will allow students to have the chance to learn in lifelike settings where there won't be any risk to a patient. Patients won't even feel any discomfort because they'll be working with mannequins, but it'll be preparing the students for when they go out into those placements where there are real life experiences, and it won't be a first-time experience for them. I've seen simulation centers at a variety of universities around the country, and I will tell you that our simulation center, our university, can hold its head high that we can now provide the type of learning environment that our students will benefit from, and that we will be able to continue and go forward with nursing education research as well. We also foresee the prospect of working with our community partners and possibly having simulation center experiences as part of their continuing education programs to reach out to the community at large. In the Department of Communication Disorders, headed by our chair, Dr. Jim Chimchuris, we'll now have a clinical facility that increases clinical training experiences for our students. Parents and significant others will be able to observe therapy while it's going on without interfering with the clinic or the client and without having to stand in a hallway to do so. The capacity of the clinic is now increasing, and the University Speech and Hearing Clinic will be able to expand our services to a greater number of individuals in the community that may benefit from those services. The opportunity to progress from a clinical education-focused facility to a facility that is clinical education and clinical service is now possible, enhancing the experiences for the students as well as the greater community. And the students will be able to use technology. They'll be able to watch video recordings of themselves in the clinic or in the simulation centers, and then review those with a faculty member, and then again review them on their own time as part of a continuous improvement and learning process. So with all of that to say, we are very excited here in the College of Science and Health. We've been looking forward to this day for a long time, and the university's commitment by building this new building, providing it for us and our students and our faculty, speaks volumes for the directions that we wish to go. Now we're just excited to get started. Thank you.
Thanks, Ken, very much. Really appreciate that. Now I would like to invite one of our students, Alexandra Ovitz, to the podium. Alexandra is a senior, majoring in public health, and one of the departments that will be housed in the University Hall, and she's agreed to take a day from her break and come speak to us, so we appreciate that. Thanks very much.
Thank you, President Waldron. Good afternoon. It is my great pleasure to welcome you to the grand opening of our new academic building, which I may add has been completed 5 months ahead of schedule, allowing me and my classmates the opportunity to benefit from this fantastic new William Paterson resource during our final year of studies. Academic life in our new and extraordinary building will inspire and benefit both students and faculty as we learn, study, and conduct research. For those of you who have not had the opportunity to tour the building, you will be greeted by great open spaces and walls of glass, creating community atmosphere conducive to learning. In contrast to traditional single desks, our new home away from home incorporates mixed general use classrooms with student seating at long tables, a perfect environment for collaboration and sharing of ideas. This building really showcases the university's commitment to the prestigious and progressive academic programs housed here, including nursing, communication disorders, and public health, and to all the other students who will have the opportunity to take classes here. And I can't forget to mention what is near and dear to all hardworking students, especially myself, food. So a special thanks to Professor Einstein, who will be serving up tasty nourishment at Einstein Bagels in the grab-and-go food area. Today, the official opening of University Hall celebrates building our future and advances our role as top provider of higher education in New Jersey. I also wanted to say a special thanks to Dr. William Kernan, who asked me to welcome you to this special moment in our university's history of providing world-class education and research in our beautiful Garden State. I could not be more proud to be a part of William Paterson community, and on behalf of all of the students, thank you for this wonderful addition to our campus. Thank you.
Thank you, Alexandra. And I'm so pleased that you're going to be able to spend your last semester taking classes in this new building. So come back for a graduate degree and you can, okay? Well, it now gives me great pleasure to welcome Acting Governor Dr. Kim Guadagno to the podium. She has truly been a partner with this effort and a real partner to me personally when I became president of William Paterson University 5 years ago, welcomed me to the state of New Jersey, to higher education in New Jersey, and it's been a great collaboration, so I thank you.
It's hard to believe it's been 5 years. So thank you very much for my doctorate again. When I changed my major from biology to law, I told my mother there would be a doctor in the family. It would be a doctor of jurisprudence. And now I was able to tell her I got a doctorate from William Paterson. So thank you so much. That's why we do this. It's my pleasure to be here. First, of course, to acknowledge all of the hard work of the people that made this Bond Act possible, from the senator to the assembly people to the taxpayers of the state of New Jersey. It really gives them confidence, I think, when they see something that started as little as 2 years ago actually come to fruition. It debunks the myth that we really can't get anything done in Trenton, doesn't it? It gives everybody faith again in their government, which is really sometimes why we come. I mean, who would have thought that a bond that passed in 2012 would result in a building like what we're standing in right here? That's why we like to come to events like this. This is why we get up in the morning and fight the good fight in Trenton. This is why what we do every day gives us some certain personal satisfaction. And I'm speaking on behalf of all the elected public officials. To be able to walk into a building like this that does what we said it would do just 2 years ago, and then to hear that it's done on time, on budget, in fact, early, that gives us all faith that our government really can work together when there is a reason to work together. And I can't think of a better reason to work together than for the future of the state of New Jersey. Yes, yeah, there you go. Thank you. Yes, it created 300 jobs, and I'm really very glad that it created 300 jobs. And yes, it will educate, as is the promise of William Paterson, the best students in this country. But it's not just about today. It's about the jobs of tomorrow. You picked the absolute best possible industry to support with this building. We all know in New Jersey, healthcare is going to be the top provider of jobs in the future, in the 21st century, for all of us, for all of the people of the state of New Jersey. For those that you don't know the numbers, in the next 5 years, in New Jersey alone, we need 20,000 nurses. Let me say that again. In the next 5 years, we need 20,000 nurses. I don't want to see us going back to the days of a prior decade where we got those nurses from any place else but from New Jersey. So I was happy to hear from the student who's a Jersey girl, right, from East Brunswick. I'm glad that she came to William Paterson and not to that other state school down the street. Don't tell President Bargy I said that. But this is literally not just a great return on investment for the taxpayers of New Jersey. This gives us faith that government works for the right reasons. This gives us hope that we can educate people here in New Jersey in the right way. It satisfies the commitment to excellence that William Paterson has always been. It gives us promise that tomorrow we will have New Jersey students filling New Jersey needs. And let us not ever forget that what will happen in this building is not only going to serve the community through its clinics, but it's going to help people all over the state in a way you can't put a dollar value on. So thank you, William Paterson. Thank you, the elected public officials who are here and who made this happen. But most importantly, thank you to the taxpayers of the state of New Jersey, because when we want to, we can get it done, and we can get it done right. This is proof positive of that. Congratulations to everyone.
This is why the acting governor is known as one of the economic engines of this state herself. Thank you for that, those words. But we thank you all for coming. We thank our elected officials for taking time out of their busy schedules. And congratulations to the entire university and Board of Trustees on the opening of University Hall.
All right, ready? You can cut on 1, 2.